Good evening, welcome to this week's video. This week going for a bit of a woodland walk. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I took the Osmo Pocket out to charge, and I think I've left the microphone home on the side, so hopefully you can hear me okay. But anyway, welcome to another video. I'll tell you what it's all about. So this is a evening walk in the woods. Light isn't great. It's quite dark skies, so we've got no light bleeding through. So I'm doing a bit of an experiment. I'm armed with a bit of a secret weapon in my bag, which, when I find my first subject, will become more obvious. So stick with me, see what we can find. Okay, so here we are shooting in a very dark woodland. This Osmo Pocket is obviously adjusting for the light to make it look a lot lighter than it is. First subject of the day, I've chosen this tree here, which, like I say, the light you're seeing isn't true reflection of what it is. It is quite dark and very flat lit. So what is my secret weapon, you ask? I've brought along a speedlight, off-camera speedlight. So if we haven't got no light coming, then I'm going to create my own. Okay, for this shot here, as you can probably see on my exposure meter there, I am massively underexposing. There's my histogram, which is showing everything, the light itself. What I've done, I've underexposed because the background is actually a bit brighter. There's some bright lights shining through, which I want to lose that. So I've set the aperture at 6.3. I'm shooting at a third of a second at ISO 125, which with no flashlight will give me a very dark shot. So then I've got the flashlight set up at 1/8 power, and it's set at 35mm zoom, which is giving me a fairly wide burst. So then I'm taking a shot, and that is giving me some nice lighting on the side of that tree. So I'm just going to try a couple of different angles. I'm just going to move the flash around just to give me some different flash angles, and then carry on with this experiment somewhere else. My main focus on this composition is this root structure in the bottom. Looks like a couple of clawed feet. So I'm just using that as the main feature, but just using the flashlight to give me some nice lighting nice lighting on the branch, on the trunk of the tree, and give me some side light, which is giving it more definition as well. Okay, that's a couple of shots there. Sort of relatively happy with the results, but I'm just thinking that I can probably use the flashlight and use it a little bit like you do with off-camera flash portrait photography, whereas you underexpose the background slightly and then use the flashlight to make your subject pop. So what I want to do is there's a couple of sort of lighter silver birch trees scattered around, so I think I might try and use one of them or a couple of them, and like I say, underexpose the background and use the flashlight to make those trees pop and stand out. So the subject is really standing out from the main image. So let's reset different location and see if we can do that. Okay, what I've got with this scene is the looking out through the side of the forest out across the field. So I've got the exposure is making the background really bright. If I take the camera down to the correct exposure for the background with the histogram, the background and everything will stand out really bright. So what I've done is taking the exposure right down to bring the background that looks correct exposure. You can always take your meter across to get the correct exposure for that background, but I tend to do it by eye, and then you can take your shot, and with that flash it makes your subject stand out. Okay, on your flash unit, you've got the option to put it in manual, and you've got different zoom settings. What this does is basically changes the beam of light. If you're on like this particular flash, I can set it up to 105 millimeters. That will give me a very directional light, which I've just taken a shot, which I'll put up as a test, as an example. But if I take it back down to the minimum, which on this one is 35. Sorry, the widest I can go on this one is actually 24. So by setting it at 24, it will give me a much wider area. So I'll show you a couple of examples now using this beech tree that I've been shooting here in front of me. Hope that makes sense with the flash and the zoom setting on the flash. Just to recap, the higher the zoom, the more directional your light will be on your flash. If you do a wider angle zoom on mine, like I say, is down to 24, then that will give you, as a wider angle on your lens, it will give you a wider beam on your flash. Obviously you do lose intensity of the flash, the power of the flash. You may need to increase slightly with the wider beam because it's spreading the light more, but it does give you a better option to light up a wider area. Of course, the only downside with this is it now means I'm not only carrying my bag and my camera on a tripod, but I've also got a flash unit and another tripod to be able to set that up as well. So just means more to carry. So let's hope it's worth it. Like I say, it's a bit of an experiment, but hopefully I can learn from it, and therefore you can learn something from it as well as. Okay, loving the shape of this old tree here. It's got a bit there sticking out, looks like a bit of a nose sticking out of it. We've got a little bit of natural light bleeding through to the right hand side, but it's obviously really, if you expose correctly, as this camera, the Osmo Pocket's doing, it makes this background all very, very, very bright. So, but which is obviously not what I want. So I've set up the camera in portrait mode and put the tree on the left hand third, and then what we've got the flash unit over there, got the flash unit there set up, still set at 24mm. I'm shooting at 1/4 power and focusing on that tree and taking a shot. And what that's doing is making this tree look really nice with a nice bit of detail in it, and then it just makes it a mysterious pathway that leads off, dark pathway leads off in the background. So yeah, I'm quite liking that. Again, I'll put it up, let you have a look. Please comment down below, let me know what you think of these shots, because I'd be interested to know. This is turning out to be quite an interesting exercise. It is a massive learning curve. I'm learning every shot, but it's just given me more options. As you can see behind me with this Osmo Pocket, it's adjusting its exposure to my face, which is blowing out the highlights behind massively. So but by using a flash, I'm able to take a single shot, expose for the background, and then use your flash to make your subject stand out. Interesting shot, picking up on these foxgloves here, setting up quite a tight focus, so I've gone into macro mode in this lens, set to f11 to give myself a fair bit of depth of field, and then I've got the flash to give me some directional light. Something a bit different. I'm just going to move the flash angle a little bit. Okay, here we are. Regular viewers to this channel will realise I can't resist a nice twisted tree. And this is a bit of an old beauty, to be honest. Definitely be worth coming up and with a bit of mist around it. But anyway, we haven't got any mist, so I've set the composition up using this tree here. I'm shooting at an angle, looking down through about sort of 30 degrees or so. So I'm using this tree here is sort of to the side and the foreground, leading to the old twisted gnarly tree, and then this sort of bunch of trees here is closing off the right hand side of the shot. As the others, using the flash to bring out the detail in that tree, and it's given me a shot that I probably wouldn't have been able to get without doing some bracket exposures. So, and it's given me some interesting side lighting as well. Okay, I think I'm about done for now. I've taken several shots. Hopefully you can see what I haven't included in the video I will put up at the end, so please stay tuned so you can see them, and hopefully we can all get something from this this experience. So, well worth the effort. Okay, just like to take the opportunity to thank you again for checking out my channel. Hope you've enjoyed this week's video. Something a little bit different, definitely from me, and probably different than what some of you have tried as well. So be interested to know what your thoughts are. So thanks again for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and also give the video a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated, because it really does help my channel. And drop a comment down below. I would be really interested to know your thoughts on this week's video, and what you think of the images. So I've definitely learned some stuff tonight myself. I think it's a technique that I'll probably keep the flash in the bag for future reference, and try it again someday. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Until next time, take it easy.